Welcome everyone, TP here. A few days ago, a viewer requested that I do a updated player build video. I drive it a very long ways off the tee, and I believe he thinks that I am a powerhouse build. As you can see, I am a level 100 technician. So let's go over my attributes. Just a quick note, all of the attributes on the left-hand side are linked directly to the attributes on the right-hand side. So power and contact are linked together. If I were to remove 5 points from power, it would add 5 points to contact. Overall, power and contact are the two most important attributes to me. My power is at 67 and my contact is at 75. And I divided those points in a specific way that I will go over a little bit later on when I review my clubs and my fittings. I was not worried about corrections, so I put everything into swing path. Not worried about shaping, so it's all in recovery. The rhythm and transition I kind of evened out. I'm not worried about putt weight, so I put it all into putt contact. And I was not worried about putt rhythm, so I put it all into putt path. All right, let's go over the skills. Tee skills and the tee shot. And there are 4 things you can add to every skill. One is the transition boost. Another is the rhythm boost. And the 2 most important boosts, in my opinion, were the contact boost and the swing path boost. And that makes the points on the top and the bottom a little bit bigger. Contact is up top, swing path is at the bottom. All right, choke tee shot. In comparison to a regular tee shot, you're going to lose several yards of distance depending on the club you choose, but the contact and swing path points are a little bit bigger. Power drive. In my opinion, it's never a disadvantage to have the ability to hit it longer off the tee, and I will go over that in a little bit more detail at the end of the video. Approach skills. I have the approach shot. In comparison to the tee shot, with the same club, the marks are going to be a little bit bigger. Choked approach, much like the choked tee shot, you do lose several yards depending on the club, but the contact and swing path points get a little bit bigger. I have off the deck, and that allows you to use a driver from the fairway, and that will come in handy if it's a very long par 5 and you can't reach with a 3-wood. I don't have the knockdown. I have the spinner. I've only used it a couple of times. I have the runner, which I have never used. And I have the pitch shot, which I use quite often. Recovery skills. I have a punch shot, which I've used a handful of times. If you happen to hit it into the trees and you need to hit a real low shot to advance it towards the green or back into the fairway, the punch shot comes in handy. The flop shot comes in handy. The super flop comes in very handy. I don't have recovery. And I don't have the choked punch. Bunker skills. I have the splash shot, which I rarely use. I have the blast shot, which I rarely use. And I use most of the time from the bunker is the pick shot. And I do not have the power pick. Green skills. I do have the chip. I don't use it hardly at all. If I have the chance to, I will use the pitch instead of a chip. Obviously, most people putt. I do not have the lag putt. Don't have the Texas wedge. Don't have the green reader, which makes the green grids, about half the size and gives you more lines to read. But that's not a help to me. And I don't have the bump and run. For the clubhouse pass skills. Tie spinner, don't use it. Power approach, do not use it. I do have the long flop, which I've used a couple of times. And I have the lob, but I do not use it. All right, let's go check out my golf bag and look at my fittings. For my driver, all 5 fittings are power fittings. That is 32 on the power, added to my original 67. Puts me at 99 power, so that is max power. My 3-wood irons and wedges all have 2 power and 3 contact. So that gives me 84 power and 98 contact on my 3-wood irons and wedges. So basically max contact. My putter, all 4 fittings are contact, and overall my contact on my putter is 97. And last but not least, my golf ball. As you can see, I use the flight ball. All the modes that I play, the Pro-Am 2K daily and the weekly. I do the casual matchmaking, like multiplayer, which is Pro-Am, and I play a lot of high rollers, which is on Pro-Am. And all those modes allow the use of the consumable golf balls, and I use the flight ball. Like I talked about earlier, it's never a disadvantage to have the ability to hit it longer off the tee. And with the power drive and the flight ball, if you can hit, a 107 or a 108 fairly consistently off the tee, that's going to gain you, 40 to 50 yards on average, probably. And the way to look at that is that's going to be 3 less clubs into the green, which is an advantage. All right, that's pretty much that goes over my attributes and my skills and my clubs and my fittings. So hopefully that helps. And hope everyone out there is shooting lights out. And I'll see you soon. Take care.